During the mid-1970s, spiritual jazz pianist Lonnie Liston Smith redefined beautiful music with his band The Cosmic Echoes, and from their third album, the 1975 release Expansions, the track My Love. We are hearing the vocals of Donald Smith.
Your voice is so sublime.
Lonnie's younger brother, and interestingly also a pianist. We're getting a lot of major 7 tonality in this one. Like right now we're in G major 7. I love how the piano just forms like filigree, like over like the horizon of this sound. We have quite a thick sea of percussion going on here, played by Lawrence Killian, who plays congas and percussion, and Leopoldo Fleming, who does the same. And let's see, and Michael Carvin. Let's check these guys out. Leopoldo Fleming, 42 credits. Played on albums by Miriam Makeba, Dick Griffin, Camille Yarbrough, Sonny Stitt during the 1970s, among others. Lawrence Killian, 104 credits. Played on albums by Pharoah Sanders and Jimmy McGriff, Larry Coryell, played on Barefoot Boy. A lot of, Norman Connors, Dark of Light, Charles Earland, Charles III, Pete Yellen. A lot of familiar titles here. Hannibal, Marvin Peterson, and the Sunshine Orchestra, Children of the Fire. Charles Earland, Leaving This Planet, Cecil McBee, Mutima. And of course we've got Cecil McBee here on bass. And percussionist Michael Carvin. Let's see. 88 credits. And several solo albums from around that time. And on drums we have Art Gore. Not many credits according to Discogs. And yeah. This is like a really beautiful change right here when it drops into this key. That piano has such a sparkly tone to it, and of course I love just all the like density of all those different percussive noises. There's just so much. It if this were a painting, there would be so much detail, so much life, so many. Whether it was depicted by characters, whether it was depicted, by plants, it would just be full of detail. Let's see. We're supposed to hear some soprano saxophone by David Hubbard coming up, and on this track, Lonnie Liston Smith plays acoustic and electric piano. Okay. Your eyes are like the stars at night. Your voice is so sublime.
My dreams are of you.
Very like velvety vocal tone, the way he stretches out the vowels at the final vowel of each line.
My love,
Okay, I guess I do hear the electric piano now, just ever so faintly. It's just like so subtle, but I heard it like signal the key change here.
let's
It seems to be just giving kind of like forming kind of a soft rhythmic bed as the acoustic piano does all the like diamond filigree.
our hearts as one. You are my
Those final notes he sings as it fades, beautiful. My Love by Lonnie Liston Smith and Echoes from the album Expansions, released in 1975 on Flying Dutchman, with the pianist's younger brother, Donald Smith, on vocals. and a number of percussionists that I mentioned. Cecil McBee, free jazz player in his own right, on bass, and supposedly, let's see, David Hubbard is credited on soprano sax, but I didn't really hear much sax, or it came and went. And I was kind of like, when I saw that in the credits, I was like listening around. Okay, when are we get? When's the sax solo? Like I've heard the song, a number of times, but I didn't recall a sax solo, and I guess I was right. And it must have been really like low in the mix. And yeah, I was checking that name. Is there any relation between? Nah, doesn't. Yeah, I was wondering any relation to Freddie. No. Yeah, Cecil McBee, of course, was also quite prominent in his own right. Put out a bunch of albums during this period. Like the 1974 release, um, Mudama on Strata East, and featured on Donald Smith's 1976 album Love, and a bunch of he was all playing on a bunch of other people's albums as well as his own. And Lonnie Liston Smith, this is the third Cosmic Echoes album. One, two, three, five releases on Flying Dutchman between 1973 and 1976. Lonnie Liston Smith, who, let's see, seems like his earlier, let's see, born in 1940. I'm trying to find, when did he begin? When did he first? It seems like his career goes back to around 1967, his recording career. Yeah, first played on, the earliest credit I can find here on Discogs is played on Roland Kirk's Now Please Don't You Cry, Beautiful Edith on Verve Records. And then played on records by Leon Thomas, Pharoah Sanders, and then Gato Barbieri in the early 1970s. Lonnie Liston Smith, not to be confused with organist Lonnie Smith, who played more in the soul jazz vein and put out a bunch of albums on Blue Note at the turn of the 70s, but also moved into jazz funk by the mid 70s. So, but you wouldn't really mistake their styles. Lonnie Liston Smith being having codified his own unique brand of, I guess what has informally been termed, I don't know if by him or just the label or whatever, cosmic funk, and putting him in a rare category of musicians that combined quiet storm with elements of spiritual jazz, the like the spiritual jazz, like a style of jazz that tended to use a lot of sitar and Eastern ethno elements within the framework of free jazz and post bop, and Pharoah Sanders being like one of the primary musicians, or Alice Coltrane. Yeah, combining that sound, like Alice Coltrane, with elements of Quiet Storm and electronic electronic jazz funk, or electric jazz funk, I should say. Yeah, beautiful music. All of his albums from the mid '70s, Lonnie Liston Smith. You can't go wrong if you're looking for music to just recline to and just enjoy the ambience of pretty chords and sparkling piano and soothing chordal changes. For more rubies and sapphires from the catalog of Lonnie Liston Smith, see the directory of albums by American jazz funk artists, linked in the description below. like and subscribe, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about this track, or if you were able to pinpoint the guy that I apparently missed. Yeah, if you heard David Hubbard on this track, point out where you heard him. I'd like to know. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.